Okay, so this is a video on a VW Passat 2020 SEL. I'm going to remove the rear bumper. The first step on both sides is to remove the arch liner with the 1, 2, 3 bolts, possibly a fourth one up there just in case it doesn't fold back, and there should be a hidden bolt under there. So we'll start with that. Okay, so the next step after removing them is to just pull it back, and that will separate it for when we remove the bumper. And there's also a screw that connects the bumper to the top quarter panel here. So once you've removed that one there, you'll be able to pull out the bumper and unclip these clips just here. And that's it. We don't want to remove any more because we'll have to take off the rear lights in a sec. But yeah, that's just to make sure we don't rip off the arch liner when we take off the bumper. And as you can see, it's quite loose already, but there is also more bolts underneath. So currently you should have 1, 2, 3 for the arch liner and 1 for the bolt holding up the bumper. Okay, so the next step is to come under the bumper and start removing screws. You might have 2 screws here, but this bumper's been previously removed, so I'm not sure if they are meant to be there from factory or not. But we do have 1 screw here, and then we have a lot of screws along the line which are slightly different shapes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and of course this the repeat 7th one at the bottom. And yeah, so start by removing those screws. They are going to be a different pattern. They're quite small. I'm not too sure what the number is, but yeah. Okay, so once those screws from the bottom are removed, and those middle screws are actually clips, so once you've loosened them enough, you can just pull down on the bumper and they will just unclip. You can see all of those screws. I've removed the 4 screws from the arch liner as well on that side. So next step is to remove the rear light, and to do that we're gonna come on the inside and remove this little padding from up here. Put that to the side, and if we come and look inside, we will see a white tab at the top, which is just there. If we keep twisting that to the left, that should loosen it, and then we might have to disconnect the wires, but I'll let you know in a sec once I've started doing it. Okay, so once that white clip has been removed, we're just going to start pulling on the headlight, and we're going to start wiggling it out. So if we just wiggle the headlight towards us, it should just unclip and pull out. And of course we will have to remove the wires, and then it should just come out. Okay, so to remove it, pull back on this clip and push down on the black tab and pull out. And now we're going to repeat the same thing on the other side, and then we'll have to pop out the bumper from the clips. Okay, so the next step is to quite literally just start from here, start pulling it out, and then once you've got enough gap, put your fingers in here and pull on the bumper to get it out and unclipped. Be very careful. And there you are, the bumper is unclipped from this side. Leave it hanging on for now, push it back a little bit, do the same on this side. So we're going to repeat the process. We're going to start by pulling it out until it's unclipped from the corner. There we go. Keep going. Pull on it from the bottom. Okay, possibly from the top if we can get a grip. No. Let's just see if we can use both hands. The clips is quite tight on this side, so what we might want to do, as I can see in that gap, we can get a single-sided flathead screwdriver and just push that black bit in, and then it should pop out. So let's go ahead. Okay, so I've just pushed this in. Let's see if it's worked. Yep, so that has unclipped slightly more. Just keep pulling it. There we go. So it is coming out, and of course it is unclipping from the bottom as well, where we would have removed before. So good thing we've checked it is getting stuck on something here. Don't want to break that, so let's push that back in under the bumper. Okay, so I'm gonna just put the camera down for a sec and just push that back in so we're not ripping it off. Okay, so as you can see, I've taken that off because that is the bumper bracket. We don't want to rip that off. You can grab your screwdriver and possibly do the same. Nope, so this side's already unclipped, which is perfect. Leave the screwdriver there. And so now I'm just going to continue with very carefully pulling the tabs out. There we go. And so I'm just going to grab the bumper from the other side and keep pulling it off, and that should be it to remove the bumper. Okay, so finally, make sure you do have something on the bottom just for the bumper to sit on, although it is plastic at the bottom and it shouldn't scratch anything. But we've just got a final connector of the sensors, which we just need to unclip. So just pull back on that and hold that down, and then you can pull that off. Let's see if we can do it. There we go. Now that's been removed, the bumper is detached. And in my case, the reason I've taken the bumper off is because it's not sitting clipped in to there, which makes the bumper smack when it comes down, which I believe it's because it wasn't slotted in properly. So we're going to try and do that now. Okay, so that is it for the rear bumper on this car. So obviously to refit the bumper, just follow the steps in reverse order. As I said, it is a 2020 VW Passat. This will work on any 2017, 16, 15, anything of the B8 shape. And that's how to remove or change the rear bumper.